just thinking how good it can be. Someone is speaking, but she doesn't know it's there. I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere, knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies, watching her eyes and hoping I'm always there. I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere, knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies, watching her eyes and hoping I'm always there. To be there and everywhere, here, there, and everywhere.
Hello, welcome to LA Greek Hebrew Radio.
Good
Hello.
afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Our big Turkey Day.
It is our big Turkey Day.
Big.
Are you ready? Are you ready for your turkey?
Oh yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah, very exciting to be here to share with everyone what Thanksgiving mean to us.
What
to all
a
of
fabulous holiday. By the way, I'm Ilana Weinstein,
us. And I'm Batsheva Green.
and we are from LA Greek Hebrew Radio. Yeah,
Oh, they
wonderful.
couldn't hear me, I
Thank you
guess.
for joining us. Thank you for those of you who are tuning in with us right now. We have an amazing show today. We're going to be sharing tons of recipes.
I don't know about tons, but we're going to share a few recipes. The rest they'll have to come to the workshop and try them out.
I see. What about, okay, so how many we're going to have recipes for the turkey? Oh,
Yeah,
what you got there? What is that?
Yeah, before anything, this is like fresh from the oven. The pan is still warm. I brought a vegan, gluten-free pumpkin cake, which you got to taste already at one of the workshops. It still smell it. I mean,
if you can only smell through
it's
this
still
computer,
warm, so I can't even cut it because it's gonna break into pieces. And
it's gluten-free, right?
it's
There is no
gluten-free,
flour
and
in there.
and there is streusel on top, like the coffee cake has those little streusel
Like
on
the
top.
apple streusel?
This one, no, it has pecans and other things, but yeah, that's one of the dessert. I mean, I posted. There's gonna be a few dessert that I posted. I am gonna post online after our show so people can share. I mean, they're gonna be mainly vegan dishes because that's that's my path of life. Plant-based, vegan, or minimal
Yeah, I think we need to get closer to the microphone because we want to hear
however
you.
we are still going to talk about how to, I mean, for those of the people that are listening to us today and do eat animal protein, which is fine. We're just going to give some advices, how to pass this holiday without stuffing yourself too much, with the stuffing.
Whoa! And we're not going to take away the turkey away from our listeners.
No. I mean, I'm
what's
not
Thanksgiving without a turkey.
Look, the way I believe, I mean, my philosophy is I'm not trying to take things from anyone who is not ready to give it away. So however I'll always find like a healthier alternative when possible, you know,
Okay.
like, so for those of the people who are gonna use, I mean, who are gonna make regular turkey with the traditional stuffing, which is based on bread and all that, I did put a vegan, gluten-free alternative for stuffing that is still very delicious, very low carb.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you can still have your turkey, but at least the side dishes are
Yeah.
going to be, you know.
Yeah, because really turkey is not a terrible, it's not a terrible thing. I mean, turkey is really healthy. It's the stuffing that is out there that we eat, and not every stuffing is created equally. Like today, I heard someone telling me that they make a stuffing from cornflakes,
Okay.
which could be delicious, but cornflakes is not amazing for your digestive system.
Correct. So I chose, I mean, just before we're going to go into the food and all that, I just wanted to, you know, to touch upon the Thanksgiving, this holiday. I mean, it's such an amazing holiday where, you know, we sit all together with our loved ones, the family, with good friends, and we are being thankful. You know, we actually make it formal to be thankful. However, basically, you know, every day that we wake up in the morning,
we should be
thankful.
grateful for waking up.
We should be grateful for waking up and
Right.
actually moving on to our day, which
Right.
is not obvious at all. You know,
No, it's not a given.
it's not a given thing. No. So, I mean, it's a nice holiday. You know, that's, you know, when people sit together, because food brings people together. You know, food really is the one thing that really connects people.
Right.
You know, and it doesn't matter if you eat meat, if you eat the actual gathering of people around food
Right.
has a special effect.
So many times I hear from friends say to me, I come to dinner not because of the meal I'm going to get. It's because of the company. It's about, you know,
Exactly.
that's there. It's the family, it's the friends, it's the quality of your time.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
Having delicious food helps.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because then the quality of time is
Is longer.
downgraded.
Is longer.
Right.
But also the fact that when you sit in like gatherings, if it's holidays or
Mhm.
or you know, like special meals like Shabbat dinners and all that, as opposed to regular dinner, unfortunately, not, I mean, some people you know, do it also with regular dinners, is really people taking their time, which is so important during meals, because taking your time, meaning you actually chew the food slower. You know, you're not rushing, because, you know, your friend that's sitting next to you is telling you a story, and you're sipping from the wine and you're listening to the story, and then your son from the other side of the table has something to comment. So it's a different vibe. It's a different
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere, and
Mhm.
it changes the whole thing. And then people subconsciously, they don't realize that they actually eat slower. And this is so important for us, because normally people are in a rush. Okay, dinner. Okay, lunch. I have to make it back to the office in half an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And all of a sudden, everybody's
Wait, did your mother ever tell you, do not eat with your mouth open? Do not eat, don't talk and eat at the same time?
right. But I'm not talking about talking and eating at the same time. I'm
Mhm.
talking about actually what happened in holidays or things like that we take a lot of pauses, that we
Mhm.
don't actually eat when we talk, that
Mhm.
we talk more than we eat. Sometimes, you know, we're into like this deep conversation that when the time comes to eating, the food is already cold. Sometimes, you know, we have to remind ourselves to eat, as opposed to like when we're alone or where we're on the phone when we eat.
Right.
We don't look at it. We just swallow the food.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is the difference that I'm talking about. And
Right.
it's great. I mean, it should be all the time in every meal that we eat, but you know.
What an amazing holiday, Thanksgiving. You know, it's a holiday that unites us all, no matter where we're from. You know,
Yes.
we can be from China, Germany, Israel, Russia. We all live in a country that embraces and celebrates this unity of a holiday where we're all on the same page. Like
Yes.
this is really a holiday for us to be, we all celebrate this holiday and
Yes.
happily celebrating this holiday.
Yeah, it's
Isn't this
correct.
amazing?
It's very true what you're saying, and it's amazing how people, especially at this holiday, feel free. I mean, it's almost like they feel obligated in a way because of the theme of the holiday to actually take the time and really be thankful. And some people take the time and they go through the table. I mean, everybody has his own tradition. But I know, I mean, I have some friends that during this holiday, when they, through the dinner and all that, they actually sit and they go through each one of the table and they so Ilana, what are you thankful for? And everybody gets to share, and it's pretty amazing. And it's, I was listening to your show this morning about positive reinforcement.
Wasn't this
and all
amazing?
That. So this is a perfect excuse me. This will be a perfect example for a positive reinforcement, as when somebody sits on the table and share what he's thankful for, and what other people make him feel, and all that. This is all about positivity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's a great.
It's all positive. And
yes.
Okay, so let's talk about recipes. We've got recipes. We've got what we need to have something for our listeners to
Right.
something practical to give them so they can
Yeah.
watch
So-
and say, okay, I'm going to make. Shall we focus on the stuffing first, or shall we focus? We're going to talk about
Well, okay.
turkey?
So I mean, traditionally, it goes many years back that people are eating turkey for Thanksgiving. Okay, and there's not really. I can't say that there's not really one recipe, because everybody, from his family side, they try different thing, and then they're stuck to whatever the aunt made, that really stayed with them, stuck with them, and they,
Well,
that's why they.
we are trying to prevent. Okay. Prevent faulty cooking. When you go to, you're invited to dinner and turkey is served and it's so dry, you
Right.
just want you want to choke. It's choking. You can't
Right,
eat it.
right.
So we want to help you prevent that situation. So
Right.
why don't we talk about how do we make your turkey soft and juicy, and
Okay.
what are the tricks?
Okay, so first of all, you need to know that the turkey, it needs a certain amount of time to be cooked, because otherwise, it can, if you don't cook it enough, it has bacteria and all that,
Right, inside of
it.
So how do we
exactly.
calculate time?
So you calculate it by the weight. So whatever the weight of the chicken, of the turkey
Right.
is, you need to, per each
Pound?
per each pound you need at least, no, per each ounce you need at least 15 minutes. So I mean,
So if the turkey is 20 pounds, let's make it
so
simple.
20 pounds times 15. So
20 hour, 20 times 15 minutes?
yeah, 15
20
minutes.
So per every pound, 15 minutes?
Yeah, you need at least 15 minutes, because that's why turkey takes a long time to cook. It's known that turkey takes a long time to
So
cook.
a quarter? 15, let's do math. 15 times 15.
Use your
That's
calculator.
20.
So
we're really not math ladies here, but we're going to try and figure this out.
So
for
and you need to cook it at least. It needs to be at least
20 pounds
Yeah.
times
15.
15. 3 hours?
Yeah, that's about what it takes. And the best way to check it really is, I mean, you can go by just the time, okay, but there is an electric thermostat, that you need to insert it inside the thigh of the turkey, okay, and when you insert it inside, it needs to be at least 170
Degrees?
degrees to
Inside
show
the turkey?
the turkey thigh. So that
Into the
turkey is
thigh.
right.
So you
need to-
stick the thermometer into
Yeah.
the thigh. Okay.
Now, as far as okay, turkey turkey. You still
I'm
calculating?
still calculating.
It's 3
'cause
hours.
it's
No
giving
matter
me-
how you're
it's
gonna
giving me
calculate.
300 hours.
No,
so-
it's 3 hours. It's 3 hours. Okay, so turkey, I mean, like any other bird,
Mhm.
you know, like if you take chicken and all that, the breast
Mhm.
is always the driest
Right.
meat of the bird. Okay, so in general, if whoever is going to eat the breast is going to be a little bit on the drier side.
Right.
However, there are different ways, you know, like the way you prepare the turkey.
Mhm.
You need to prepare I forgot the name for it, the juice, the
The
braise.
gravy? Not
Yeah,
the
the
gravy.
gravy is what the gravy is the what you prepare from the liquid that's coming.
Oh,
out
so
of
you
the
mean you're
chicken.
talking about this
bracing? I think it's called.
in Hebrew? Do we know the word in Hebrew?
Well, it's basically all the liquids. Okay, so
The juices.
the juices, yeah, all the
okay.
juices that come. No, but there is a name for it, and I forgot the name. But so basically, I mean, even if you cook a turkey or if you cook a chicken, if you want to make it more juicier, a good thing to do is to stuff the inside of it with some vegetables and you know, and some liquids like citrus, like
citrusy liquids.
lemon, or sometimes people like to use orange juice and all
So
that.
you stuff all that inside the turkey?
You stuff a little bit inside, but what you do is you put, because usually the way to prepare turkey, you put it, there is a special pan
Mhm.
with like a rising
Yes.
metal piece. So you put the turkey on
It's a
top
very
of that.
large, like huge
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, you put the turkey on that, but on the bottom is also the place where you put all the vegetable that creates the
Like what?
juices as well. Like
The onion?
Onion, when you cook it, it releases a lot of
Water.
liquid from
Mhm.
it. Okay. So and you don't dice it like really small. You put it like large pieces. So you put we're talking about traditional ones.
Yes.
You put celery sticks, cut like chopped large pieces. You put some carrots, you put onion, and normally, because and this is another great thing about, you know, this holiday, is to eat what's in the season right now. And why there's a lot of things with pumpkin and with sweet potatoes and all the spices. Like,
So wait. So I'm still with the turkey.
no,
Okay,
because I'm going back to it.
keep it
because
soft. We want to keep it soft.
We're
So-
getting there. So
we're
it's
getting there,
important
okay.
also to use the herbs.
Okay.
Most people are using the herbs that right now are, you know, they're going well. These are the seasoning that they use
So
for the turkey, which
we
is
rub all that
one
on
second,
top
I'll
of.
get to it. No.
I'm
So there's gonna
hurrying.
don't hurry. It's important.
I
So
wanna make sure.
you need the spices because you want the turkey to catch the flavors.
Okay.
I mean, yes, I know some people just use salt and pepper. It's one way to do. Like I said, there's many ways to do. But if you want it to be juicy and have, you know.
Yeah, you want to make it your
spices of-
own. Like, don't be afraid to give it some extra spice. I mean, watch out for the salt, but
Yeah.
you know.
But you want to use the spices of the season, which is sage, thyme, rosemary, things like that a lot of people are growing now in the gardens, and that's
Mhm.
great. Like, if there's an option, you can wash them really good and
Grind
tie them
them?
all together with like
like a bunch, like a flower
like a
bunch.
bundle, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Tie them with a string, and
Uh-huh.
you can put it also inside of the turkey, so
Ah.
it gives it the flavor and the aroma of the
Right.
of the thing.
Do you put the turkey in water? Do you put the turkey like in the, you know, you put the onions, you put all the vegetables?
As I said, this is on the bottom of the
Mhm.
pan. The turkey is sitting on that metal raised piece that sit inside the,
So you don't put water inside
No,
the
no,
onions, and
no.
you don't. It's
because the turkey is going to release all the juices, you know, from the inside. It's going to come down to the bottom of the tray. Now, what I do as well is, I mean, you know, since, you know, in my house we keep all kosher and all that, so I cannot, I have to stick with certain things of what
There's
to cover
guidelines.
there's a guideline of what I'm going to use to cover my turkey with, like, so I normally use olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people, they use butter that they do with herbs.
Some people use mayonnaise.
So even
It's another discussion.
it's another
We will-
discussion, yeah. So even if it's not, even if it's not to do with kashrut and all that,
Yeah.
Olive oil would probably be, on the more healthier side
best.
to, to cover. So you cover
whole
all
turkey.
the whole turkey all the way around with the olive oil.
Mhm.
Another good thing is to put on top of it again some thyme and some of the herbs, that you can
All the
chop real
seasoning.
small, all the seasoning. You can spread on it a little bit of like kosher salt, that it's more like grainy, not like grounded salt, and you put it in the oven. So what happened is, after probably
2 hours?
Probably after the first like an hour and a half,
Mhm.
you need to have you need to take it out of the oven, and you need to use like it's like a plunger. You know what I'm talking about? It's almost, it looks like like an eyedropper. So
Huge
it's
one.
not a plunger, I'm saying.
It's not a plunger. Plunger. You just send me to a different location
Yeah.
there. Nope, not a plunger.
Whoops. No, so a dropper.
Do not use a plunger for your turkey. It's not a great idea. I don't recommend that.
Sorry, I don't know what
Nope.
got into me.
Nope, nope.
So it's like this.
Right. It's a
this-
dropper.
It's a dropper,
Yeah.
and it's specifically for for meat and all that. So
Like a plunger? What's a plunger? what?
so you use it. You take some of the juices that's accumulated on the bottom of that pan,
Mhm.
and you start covering the turkey with it. With those juices. You still don't do anything. You just take some of those juices and you put it on top of the turkey.
Do you cover the turkey with silver? Is it covered or it's open?
No, it's open.
Open?
It's still open.
Wait, how many degrees? 350?
No, 325.
325. Okay, 325.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Okay.
don't, because I cover my turkey, like I
Yeah.
wrap it with silver paper
After
after
yeah.
the first hour.
Yeah, after the first like hour and a half. Okay, so
Oh.
once you put all the juices and everything, you cover the turkey. Now, when you cover it, because I don't like to use directly aluminum foil, because it's not, when the aluminum foil gets heated, it releases some.
It absorbs the metal
Yeah,
into the meat.
Exactly. So it's most recommended to put some parchment paper,
Okay.
underneath the aluminum paper.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
cover everything, and you move it back to the oven for the
Okay.
rest of the time. Now,
Okay.
after the second hour, you repeat the process. You
Mhm.
take it out, you wet the turkey again, okay? And with the dropper,
Mhm.
you take the juices, you wet the turkey again, and you put it back in the oven. for
Okay, so the
3
turkey
hours.
takes shower twice.
Yeah.
Basically, you
Yes.
you
Now,
moisturize the
after
turkey.
after the third hour is the time that you need to check if the turkey is ready. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you have that special digital thermometer, this is the time to put it inside the thigh, and you need to
Mhm.
check that it's ready to eat.
Mhm.
It's
Or
cooked enough.
can't you just use the wooden stick and just stick it in there, and stick it in there, and then just take it out, and if it comes out easily.
No, it's not a wooden stick. We're not baking a cake. It's,
Oh.
no, we
I
need
do
to-
this. I love the stick. I just poke it in everything.
The stick is good. It's good, but not for the turkey.
Let's
Okay. We want to make sure that the turkey is actually cooked, because, as we mentioned, that it can be bacteria in it and
Okay.
all that. So
So you must
Okay.
have the thermometer.
So yeah, or more or less, if you can cut like a small, if you can go underneath, the skin, and make sure cut a little piece of the get access to the breast area, and cut a little piece to make sure that it's actually
Cooked.
cooked.
So if you check that way and it's cooked, there is no redness in there.
Yeah,
You can
so know
assume
the
that your
is
turkey is
ready.
done,
So
okay.
so that's that's the very basic. Listen, everybody knows that the turkey process is a long process. It's
Right.
not, it doesn't take, it's not like a 1 hour meal preparation. No, this is something that, you have to be stuck in the house for a few hours.
Right. Yeah.
It's the turkey, it's all the side dishes that you want to do, because
Right.
it's not just the turkey. I mean, yes, there is the turkey. However, there are people who don't eat the turkey, so you still want to feed them with.
Right. We're gonna go to the side dishes, but I'm still. We are.
Oh yes, let's mention to the people that the photos of the recipes that I provided today are uploaded on the LA Greek Hebrew radio profile. So you'll get to have the great stuffing recipe, low carb, gluten-free stuffing, and there's going to be a delicious recipe there for people like me who don't eat, who eats mostly vegan, will have basically it's going to be like a loaf that is based out of a lot of the vegetables that are in the season now that people are using, like celery, carrots, mushroom, and some other thing, but it's going to be mixed with lentils, so it has the protein.
Yum.
And it's very delicious. It's amazing. It's going to look like a meatloaf, but it's actually a vegan loaf. So for those of us who needs the protein and are not eating turkey, are not going to be feeling left aside, that nobody thought about them. They're going to have something to eat.
Right.
So they're going to have the stuffing.
You can actually buy like a turkey cookie shape. Cookie cutter, shape like
a
turkey.
cookie cutter shape. Okay.
Yeah, and you can make it into turkey shape.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. That's a
nice
that would be a
original
good idea.
idea. Be creative.
Yeah,
unleash your creativity.
that's true. Unleash your creativity.
So I have a question about the turkey. I'm still not done with the turkey.
Yeah,
I'm still.
we're not done. It hasn't been
we
3
just
hours
started.
yet. So,
It hasn't been 3 hours, and I think we might do a little bit more of turkey discussions,
yes.
turkey recipes. But what if we put, to make the moisture, like to make sure that the turkey is not drying up?
So that's what
we-
I'm getting to the moisture, to
put
the gravy.
I used to, gravy is a whole different ballgame. But what if you put like a pot of hot water, and while the turkey is inside the oven, like if you have room, I mean, turkey takes a lot of room, but if you take a little bit of a silver tray and put water in there, and it will release the steam into the air of the turkey. Is that a good idea?
I mean, it can be a good idea. I know that, some like baking recipe, like a cheesecake recipe, when they make the cheesecake, they use the tray with the water, like you're saying, because it does release the moisture, and the steam, and the cake becomes more fluffy and all that. So that can be a great something to try for sure.
We can put all those seasonings, all those nice.
Not in the tray with the water.
No.
You have the seasoning already. The turkey is going to be all seasoned up and everything. You don't need to put the fact that you are looking for, like the steam. You can put it separately with a tray and water to try to have the effect that you're talking about. But you don't need, because you're not going to use it. It's gonna in a way kind of like ruin all the spices and everything by them being boiled inside the water. It's gonna.
Okay. And how do you get your turkey like, so sometimes you see that in the pictures and magazines, brochures, this turkey looks so perfect. It looks glazed. It's it has all the perfect color.
So the glazing has to do with what you put on top of it. As I mentioned, in my case, I would use the olive oil, because I can't use, I'd rather not substitute. I know that I can have I can use, for the people who use butter on their turkey, you could say, you can use the non-butter, which is either margarine, which I'm not going to touch, or
clotterine. You are arteries. Clutter. Don't do that. Don't
so
eat that.
If I have to go with something neutral and I want to have the glazing effect, you can. There's a few variations. You can do just the olive oil. Some people mix olive oil with some honey. And rub it on top, honey and soy sauce, so it has like a sweet and sour effect,
towards the end?
No, when you already,
While
before
it's
I
cooking?
cook it, when I put you know how I put olive oil on everything. So you can mix the olive oil with the, instead of just putting olive oil, you can mix it with some honey and some soy sauce and all that. So that will give it. This is for people who actually eat the
Honey
skin.
glazed
Yeah,
turkey.
so you can do honey glaze and all that. But that's the
Oh.
effect. Whatever you put on the turkey, that's what giving it the glaze effect. You know, the
Oh.
brownish look to it.
Okay.
And then from there, once your turkey is ready, you take all the liquid that got observed on the bottom of that tray where we cook the turkey in, with all the, you know, the flavors of all the vegetables and everything. And from that, from all the liquids that you have there, you actually prepare the gravy sauce. You understand? And the gravy sauce is the sauce that you use, because when you carve the turkey, when you start serving it, you know, the turkey has only 2 legs. The rest is all the dry meat, right? So
Right.
you definitely want to have the
Breast.
the gravy on top of it. This is when it comes. This is for the questions you were asking. How do you? So it's not going to be dry, because the meat is dry. I mean, yes, the fact that we stuffed it the inside of the chicken and all that, it's going to make it less dry for
Right.
sure. However, you're still going to use the gravy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to sauce it on top, to dress it up on top,
To
make it really,
moisturize it.
to make it really juicy and not like hard to chew. all
And what's your favorite vegetables to put inside the turkey? Like, what do you recommend?
As I mentioned, I think a good idea would be some of the onions. I mean, not some. I mean, I would take probably 1 onion and cut it like to few pieces.
White or red?
White.
White. Oh,
Yeah.
there's yellow too. White, yellow,
Yeah,
red.
I mean,
Yellow.
whatever it's called, yellow onion actually.
Okay.
And I like to put the herbs. I'm a big fan of herbs in most of my cookings, because it gives it like a special flavor. You
Do you
know,
put carrots inside?
I put some carrots.
Carrots.
But again, not some. Let me, you know, I keep on saying some. It's not some. For the stuffing, I mean, for the inside, because you know, I don't know, some people can eat it after. I don't know. But I only put like 1 large carrot cut into, you know,
Okay.
big pieces, 1 large
Onion.
onion cut into big pieces,
Okay.
maybe a couple of celery sticks,
Okay.
and of course the herbs. That's what I would put on the inside. Okay.
So there is no stuffing, basically. That's
No, and it's not good. It's not in my opinion anyway. It's not good to put the stuffing on the inside, because then the turkey doesn't cook evenly. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, because the stuffing is going to cook way faster, and the turkey is not going to be ready, and it's going to be a problem. Whatever stuffing you make in it, doesn't matter if it's with gluten, with the bread, however you do it, it's always nice to serve it on the side.
Right.
You know, and I think it also looks better, because if you put all the stuffing inside the bird, when the time comes for you to cut the bird, then all the stuffing is falling apart, because it's all, you know, condensed inside.
Right.
This way it's really nice.
So what do people do? Do they take the stuffing out first? They like clear the
this is when they do stuff it. So I think,
colonoscopy first.
as you know me, it's all about, when I serve something,
Right.
it needs to look nice.
Right.
You know, it needs to look good in the eye. So the best thing will be, you know, to prepare your stuffing, whatever it is, you have it in a bowl, and when you serve somebody the portion that you're serving to him, you can put in a nice little cup of a glass bowl, put some stuffing, and then turning upside down on the table, and you have a nice
presentation.
You know, a nice, nice
very
presentation.
Nice. Yeah,
so
I like that.
That's
a good. Okay, so I think we've pretty much got the turkey
so
done.
that's a turkey, and then we said we talked about the gravy. It is important to prepare the gravy, so it's not gonna be dry and, you know, and not pleasant. So basically, the base for the gravy will be the liquids that you have on the bottom of that big tray that you were using,
and all the vegetables that has to do with that.
Normally you don't use the vegetable. I mean, if somebody wants to eat it, by all means they can eat it, but it will be really taking those liquids and then putting it in a pot and adding to it some kind of a starch or flour or something to make it thicker.
That's not very healthy.
Well, some people likes to. I mean, some
do
people
we-
make the. Some people.
Well, why don't we give them alternative? Like what would
No,
make
so they
the
can
gravy?
so they can. You have to thicken it up with something because
Okay.
otherwise it's going to be too liquidy.
So can we do?
So you can
can
do gluten-free
gluten-free
suggestion.
flour.
Yeah, you can put.
It would not affect the taste, right? The taste still would be delicious.
No, because the taste will have all the herbs and everything else, and you can if it's not going to be enough liquid, you can add some of some chicken broth, either the one that's there are some they sell organic chicken, just the broth
to
Yeah.
add to the
liquid,
gravy.
because it's not going to be enough. You need to have more, to serve like
Oh, I see.
a
So
large
you add
bird.
extra.
Yeah, you have to add more liquid. So either you
Mm-hmm.
add chicken broth or vegetable broth. You can add to it. Some people like to add some wine to make it more, fancy and tasty.
Mhm.
You need to add some kind of a starch thing to it, or flour,
Okay.
to make it more like a thicker sauce. So
Okay.
by all means, you can eat. For those of you who wants to stay away from the bloating of the gluten that
Yeah.
night, so a good idea would be to either add like a gluten-free oat flour or gluten-free almond flour, whatever flour that you can find at the house that is gluten-free, but you need to add it to, you need to feel the texture. The texture needs to be thick.
So
You
you
understand?
like
more like a creamy texture, not like liquidy, like water,
Okay.
and that, again, you're going to save it on the side, and this is for, you're going to put it in nice like dishes, serving dishes, and when you put you want to have some on the table for extra gravy, and then especially if you carve the turkey like pieces of the bread, you want to put like 2 slices with.
Mhm.
You have to have some gravy already with you in the kitchen to serve with, and then some extra on the table.
Amazing. What do you think as far as size goes? Like if you have 20 people, is one turkey enough?
Well, it all depends how many people there. I mean, how many carnivores you have there. If you have a lot of people who eat,
Carnivores.
if you have a lot of people,
How
who
many
eat-
carnivores are in the universe?
No, I'm saying, I mean, it has to do with who you're feeding. I mean, if you're feeding people that are used to eat chicken and all
You
that,
know.
so if you have 20 people, I would have to, at least 2 nice medium sizes of the bird, 2 birds.
Two birds.
If you have, well, it also depends, Ilana, if you do, how many side dishes are you doing? And if the side dishes, okay, so I take it back. If the side dishes are really filling and really delicious too, then you don't eat too much, because there's a lot of breast meat of the turkey. Even if you're going to make 2 turkeys, there's only going to be 4 legs in total.
If your turkey is going to come out amazing,
Mhm.
and I have high expectations,
Okay.
then those side dishes are going to be doing sidekicks to the turkey, because everybody wants a turkey. I mean, my guests they're all meat eaters, so
Right.
it's
No, but you'll be surprised, because a lot of people likes the side dishes too, and when
Yeah.
you make them interesting and exciting looking, people wants to eat from
okay.
them.
Well, let's talk about exciting side dishes.
Plus, to add to it, you have to understand, I mean, yes, it's a holiday, and yes, it's a big feast,
Yes.
right? People, there's going to be a lot of food on the table, okay? So we need to remember that we're not here to stuff ourselves. Yeah, there is stuffing for the turkey, but we're not here to stuff
You're
ourselves just
coming
because
to
it's
Thanksgiving. You're coming to my Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna stuff the turkey, but I'm gonna try and avoid stuffing you. That's the goal, right?
Exactly. So we really have, I think that this is, if it's one thing that I can really how do you say
Emphasize.
relay to, I mean, איך אומרים, להעביר,
Clear it out, clear it in.
to clear out to people, or to the message that I want to relay here is that yes, be thankful, enjoy, be with the family, be with the friends, but don't, still, it still needs to be with mindfulness. It's still, we cannot, oh, this, okay, let me put this on the table and this and this and this. No, take your time, take your time, schmooze a little, take some bites, take the time, and then you see when you're taking the time, you see that you don't stuff yourself. You feel that maybe with a couple of salad and a little piece of turkey that you ate, you're really satisfied and you're full. You're not like, okay, I ate everything that's on the table and now I can move. Okay, Lana, where's the bedroom? I'm going to sleep.
Normally, people fall asleep after eating a turkey because turkey has this mineral or enzyme. I think it's enzyme that puts people to sleep. I'm not exactly sure
No,
the name.
it's a combination of things. I mean, it's really, I think the main thing is people are really stuffing themselves.
Yeah, we
Overeating. They're really, really overeating because there's so much variety of thing, and you don't want to miss on this, and you don't want to miss on that. And then after everybody's finishing with the food, it's like, dessert is coming.
Wow.
And all the pies and all the cakes and some of the whipped cream and this and that, and
Okay, so listen, it's Thanksgiving. We're grateful we have food on our table.
It's true.
We're grateful for the turkey.
Yes.
We're grateful for how are we grateful? By eating it. What are we going to do? Going to look at it and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to overeat. I'm going to eat less. But it's a holiday. It's a celebration of tastes, and it's a culinary.
No, but this goes to the question. I mean, this goes to the question you were asking me, if do I need, how many turkeys do I need? So this is what I'm saying is, personally, I don't think people need to have that much turkey, because yes, turkey is one probably of the main dishes at some people's houses. However, there are so many side dishes that are light, that are usually vegetable base, okay, and they're light. They don't like bloat you up and stuff you and all that. So this is the balance.
So you guys gonna have choices. So you have choices, what to eat and how much to eat of it. So you're gonna have the turkey.
Yeah.
And if you listen to our program from the beginning, you have all the recipe and explanations and instructions and warnings and everything. So you should be safe. You should be safe with. So now let's talk about the side dishes. What is the best side dishes that we can serve next to the turkey, so we enjoy and don't fall off the chair?
So going back to the beginning, and I mentioned it in few of the shows, that I was here before. It's really best now in this season. We're in the fall season right now. Okay. So the best thing always when you buy food, when you buy vegetables, is to buy vegetables that are in the season. So there is a reason why now everywhere you go, you see Brussels sprouts, and everywhere you go, there's pumpkins from all kinds and all sorts and all sizes. And there's the sweet potatoes, and there's all those herbs. And
so side dish of sweet potatoes. We'll take a sweet potato. We'll make a sweet potato dish.
So for example, one good dish would be I would do because sweet potatoes, as opposed to regular potato, has a lot more nutrients and good things in it. So if I had to sub the regular puree, mashed potatoes that people eat, if I would have subbed it, I would have subbed it with a.
You would do the sweet potato puree.
Sweet potato,
okay.
Because at least you're getting all the nutrients and all the values,
and
from
it's
the
easier
vegetable
to digest.
itself.
Yeah.
Easier to digest and all that. So that would be a great side dishes, and you can spice it up with the spices of the season right now: the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the cardamom, using all those things, and take it to another.
Just you guys don't see Batsheva's face here because we're facing each other. But if you would see her face when she's describing the spices, as if she's talking about diamonds and
love and spices.
Love and spices. There's love. She's projecting love. So
Yeah.
cinnamon, cardamom.
Cinnamon,
Cardamom,
nutmeg,
nutmeg.
things like that.
It's
So,
all that goes well with sweet
yeah,
potato.
that will
Some
go very
raisins.
well.
You can throw some raisins in there.
You could.
It
you
would be
could.
desserty taste.
Yeah, but yeah, so that would be one option.
Okay.
And then the other option of a vegetable that's in the season is Brussels sprout. They're amazing.
Let's do it. Brussels
They're,
sprouts.
there are from the
Cabbage.
from the crucifixion.
We're gonna Google it. It's
no,
no.
cruci. Oh my God, I forgot.
We're
the
gonna
names.
Google this word.
משפחת המוצלבים.
Mutzlavim. Okay.
The same family of kale and cabbage and cauliflower and all that. They're very, very dense with mineral and nutrients and all that. These are very good vegetable to eat during the season. Now it's amazing. You can go to like Trader Joe's, Whole Food, and you can actually see like a whole stem.
Yeah.
They sell them in the stem, it's a huge stem, and you see the cauliflower just.
So do you fry them?
I don't fry because I prefer not to have fried food
Okay.
because it doesn't agree with my stomach so much. So what
Or
I do-
anybody's stomach?
So what I like to do with the Brussels sprout is to bake it in the oven with just a lot of garlic, because I love garlic, with garlic cloves,
Mm-hmm.
just simply garlic clove,
Mm-hmm.
salt,
Mm-hmm.
fresh ground pepper,
Mm-hmm.
and olive oil and some balsamic vinegar.
Mm.
And what happens is when you cook with balsamic vinegar, it turns the dish into like semi-sweet flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing.
Mhm.
You don't need to. It's like nothing. The Brussels sprout, the garlic.
I'm salivating. Uh-huh.
So that will be a great dish to have, and you cook it open. I mean, you bake it open in the oven at like 400 degrees. You put it in the
400
oven, yeah.
degrees? Uh-huh.
And you bake it normally probably about 20 minutes or so. It depends on the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Until the point that you can stick a knife inside and it's
soft.
And that's it, and you serve it like this.
I can use my wood stick in there, right?
You can use your wood stick, Ilana. You really want to use your wood stick at some point, so that will be a good point to use it. So that will be again a vegetable of the season, and using it for the Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, which I again remind them that the recipes have been uploaded already on the website, the LA Greek Hebrew Radio. For those of you who just joined in,
You guys heard our recipes are on the website, LA Greek Hebrew Radio.
Yes,
And
and
you can see
so
them.
one of the recipe I put there was for the stuffing, and it is with cauliflower. It's made out of cauliflower, which is amazing too.
Ah.
So you're gonna have whoever is gonna listen is gonna get the recipe. Whoever's gonna log in will get the recipe so basically it's not my own recipe. I credit the people who I use the recipe from. However, it's amazing. It's low in carb, and it does replace the regular stuffing that's usually come with breadcrumbs and all that. That really, really bloats you up and fill you up. So that's so again, that's using.
So that's a cauliflower side dish.
So you can use it as a side dish, or you can use it as the stuffing, as I mentioned. You put it in that small bowl, you turn it upside down, and you have like a nice little.
Nice.
You can do something with kale, which is also in the season right now.
What can you do with kale?
You can steam it on a pan and add some olive oil, lemon, and some slivered almond.
Okay.
And just, you have to understand that the vegetable themselves, as they are on their natural form, they have already their own flavor.
Yeah.
So we really don't have to go out of our way to really, adding so much stuff for it.
Right.
To
Don't
get
need
the flavor
to put too many spices in them,
Yeah,
not to
sometime-
overpower them.
Right. Sometimes, just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt with the flavor of the
Mhm.
vegetable itself. You got yourself an amazing side dish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is what I would do. I would have, if you are having the turkey and all that, I would
Right.
have a variety of
Side dishes.
different side dishes made out of
Yeah.
vegetables.
You know what my daughter does? And that's a favorite. Like it's a tradition in our family. She makes a sweet potato pie.
Okay, that will be something to do.
And it's so delicious.
Right.
It is. She is such a, she has such a great chef's taste. It comes out perfectly shaped, perfect color.
Yeah, there you go.
She
Yeah.
she makes so, but we need to introduce her to something other than margarine in this sweet potato pie, because sometimes margarine is such a toxic
Yeah.
item on the food list that
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other
Definitely.
ways to
So- Definitely, you want to
help.
keep it. You want to keep it as healthy as possible by using natural oils. Like olive oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil. You want to try to eliminate going to mayonnaise, margarine, things like that. So
soy is not the
Exa-
best. Like soy milk is not really good. People
yeah,
put soy
but
milk
but
too.
we're not using milk for those recipes. But I'm saying is, yes, by all means, if you love turkey and you want to cook turkey, go ahead, do it. But try to at least supplement the less healthier ingredients that you are using normally with something healthy.
Right.
Make a change, upgraded to a mindful eating set of mind, that that at least I'm cooking, but I'm cooking healthier for everyone. So everyone will be thankful for that too. This Thanksgiving dinner.
That's true. They'll thank you for taking care of their
Because
their
we
body.
have to take care of our health, even if we're having feasting on Thanksgiving dinner or any other holiday that we're feasting on. We still have to remember our health, and
Of
we
course.
want to stay here for
Of
a long
course.
time.
Yes,
So, yeah.
absolutely. So look at this. Time flies when we're having fun. How about that?
Oh yeah.
Do we have time for some dessert? Is the cake cool down?
Let's see.
So-
But I did, okay, not completely.
Ah.
Not completely, but they won't be able to taste it. However, I did one of the recipes that are listed on the that
On the
we
website?
uploaded on the website is a gluten-free vegan pumpkin pie recipe, which is amazing.
Mhm.
So they'll get to have a healthy dessert there as well. This particular recipe, people who are going to join the workshop that I'm going to have, God willing, next month, that I'm going to,
Do tell us about the workshop, because that's something that you do all the time.
Yeah.
And well, not all the time, but you do it once a month,
I
twice a month.
try twice a month
Okay.
to have a workshop. And right now the theme of the workshop is really, the fall season. And I'm trying to teach people, basically first of all, the workshop are workshop with a health coach. So it's not just a regular cooking class that you're coming and you're doing your
Mhm.
regular, maybe recipe that you're used to. It's a different thing. You get to learn about why you're eating what you're eating, how
Mhm.
to cook it in a certain way,
Mhm.
why. So I try to keep it in certain themes.
Okay.
So like last month, it was the fall season. So whatever the vegetable, and we did do the pumpkin cake and other vegetable soups that are in the season and all that. So I'm still keeping it also.
So
this
you're
coming-
teaching to use the foods that are naturally growing during this season.
Yes.
Okay, not
So-
imported from any other country
right, because
or any other refrigerator.
right, because
Yeah.
when you buy, and of course it has to do where you buy it and all that,
Mhm.
but in most places where you buy fruits and vegetable from the season, at least that you got them locally. in most
Okay.
cases. You know, they
Right.
haven't been transported by airplane or by, you know, refrigerated and all that. They're
Yes.
basically,
The
you know,
fresh,
they're
the fresh.
fresh.
There's a big difference when you smell a fresh apple
Exactly.
or an apple that's a month old.
Right. So,
You
you know, so that will be good. So this is the type of things that they learn in those workshops, you know,
Mhm.
how to eat. First of all, how to eat mindfully, you know, even if it's recipes that you know, you had from a long time ago, but we change it, we upgrade it to something that is healthier. And it's something that is going to be agreeing in my stomach and with
Right.
my digestive system. And I'm not going to
Right.
feel sick after I'm going to
Well,
eat
a
it.
big part of it is the right preparation. When you prepare it in the right order,
Right.
and that secures the success of what the
Yes.
taste is going to
Yes.
be like, and you know that. So that's what you do. You teach people how to choose the right food
Right.
and how to prepare it.
Yeah.
And once you've done that, how to eat it, because how you eat your food is also
Right.
has to do with
Exactly.
your
Exactly.
health.
So this is basically why it's a different type of a workshop than any other cooking classes that you have out there, because it's you get the attention that you would, you know, you have to pay somebody to teach you all this thing. You get it in the form of a class, but it's fun. It's a hands-on experience. With a bunch of other ladies, and it's a fun evening, or you know, if you're doing during the day, it's a fun. It's a whole. It's all about having fun, connect to the love and creativity and the spices,
Sure.
and you know, enjoy it.
And learn alternative ways, you know, to what to put on your plate, you know, what to cook, what to prepare, because you prepare, you know, we not only preparing food for ourselves, we're preparing
For our
food for our
families, of
husbands, our
course.
children,
Of
our
course.
loved ones. And you know, what's not better way to do it with mindfulness,
Yeah.
that you're feeding your family
Because
with
definitely
healthy.
whatever the mom or the dad, whoever is the cook of the house, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You need to educate the younger. You need to educate the young people in the family how to eat with mindfulness, how to eat right, and not, you know, to eat all the stuff that, you know.
But you know, a big part of this is the preparation. I know that when you and I met and you started coaching me, I didn't even know how to turn on a mixer. I didn't know how to connect the plastics. You know, I just didn't know. I mean,
Yes. I remember that part.
I I had to call. You know, it was almost
911.
911. But Sheva, I can't turn on the machine. It's not turning. It's broken. And you actually came and
yeah. So
and
part
try
of
and
the
fix
thing,
it.
yeah, you were ready to return it already because it wasn't working. I remember. So yeah, it's also part of the workshop. It's also educating people of how to use certain things, and you know,
Yeah.
how to cook, and you know, things like that that really, you know,
Important.
yeah, change the way of how you. And I make it fun, and I choose very simple recipe, very delicious, but very simple, so you don't
Yeah.
feel like you have to be stuck in the kitchen for 5 hours to prepare a meal. No, it's easy
Yeah.
and fast as much as possible. Listen, you still have to invest some time, but
Sure.
not.
No, listen, how much time do you need to prepare a vegetable? The vegetable is really needs minutes. You literally time yourself minute per minute, because if you gone for 2 hours, the vegetable is no
You
longer a
killed it.
vegetable.
Yeah.
You're done.
Okay.
And we are done. We are done.
Yes.
We are done.
Thank you all for joining us. It was a
Sadly,
pleasure.
the time flew by so fast.
Hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy the time with the family and with a friend. Be thankful for everything you got in your life. It's not for granted. And
Enjoy your food, enjoy your family. We're grateful for you guys joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the broadcast, send us questions. The recipes are on the website. You can see it, LA Greek Hebrew Radio.
yes.
Thank you again.
Thank you, everybody.
Love from us, love, spices, and wellness. Till next time, we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.